BAP stands for Bachmann syndrome. It is a neurodevelopmental disorder, extremely rare. So far, we only know of 17 cases in the whole world.
Our patient had developmental delay, so not learning, speaking, walking, low muscle tone, and they also had this very unique finding of loss of hair, which is pretty unusual.
When I saw where that mutation exactly lies, because I've studied that gene for 30 years, I knew that in that particular area of the gene, this probably is going to be what we call a gain of function mutation and not a loss of function. I knew of a drug that we already had repurposed for pediatric cancer and neuroblastoma before. The name of the drug is DFMO. Dr. Bob went ahead and went to the FDA, and we got a single patient IND approval to treat that patient number 1, and the results were quite remarkable.
Dr. Bachmann proved that he could connect with clinicians to help solve clinical problems.
MSU Innovation, they play an important role on so many levels. They have grants available. They will sponsor your research, whether that be grant funding or personnel. When we started the biotech company, we had an entrepreneur in residence that was helping us with the company.
He's never satisfied and always wants to know more. And I think that's what drives great scientists.
I am always humbled to see that somebody would even consider giving me an award. I'm proud of what we have accomplished. I really am humbled and honored.
André, I can't think of something that has been more rewarding in my career. This is the coolest thing I've ever been a part of, and that is directly because of you.
For me as a scientist, this has been always the holy grail to really go to the patient. Although I'm not a physician, I still want to make an impact on the human public health. And if I can use my research to do that, then that's the most gratifying thing.
BRCE is a material tech startup. We make high-performance athletic gear and function-based accessories for athletes and industrial use cases. So our goal since the beginning has been better performance, better safety, and efficiency when it comes to athletic gear and helping athletes perform better.
I think from day one, both Tanvi and Maddie are driven. You know, they came in and I think they're both sponges too.
And there are studies about how tightly your footwear grips to your foot impacts your ankle's health and your knee stability too. And that's why we created BRCE.
On the material itself, microscopically, there's bridges that interlock with each other just like Velcro does. So it works like Velcro, but on a microscopic scale. And it's that simple.
They ask the right questions, you know, they push hard.
It was about something as stupid or lame as a shoelace could actually be turned into performance gear and accessory that people aspire to purchase one day.
One big resource that Burgess provided us was a mentor, and he just has a ton of experience with in corporate, but also building his own startup and scaling it. And I think that is one of the biggest resources that Burgess gives. Of course, is that alumni network you get through Michigan State, that you can learn from these different people and just use all that knowledge and grow.
Maddie and Tanvi, congrats on the Student Startup of the Year. You guys have been amazing this year. I cannot wait to see what you guys are going to do in the future. Thanks for all that you've done throughout the year. It's been great traveling with you, working on your idea, winning these competitions, and look forward to 2025, 2026, and beyond.
One of the things that we wanted to get to work on here at MSU was to build essentially the next generation of high-performance supercomputers using quantum physics as the backbone. At the most fundamental level, what a quantum computer is it's a computer, like many other computers, but instead of using classical bits or transistors as the basic building block for the processor, it uses some kind of quantum particle or system. So in our case, at EEROQ, what we do is we trap single electrons. We take individual electrons and hold on to one in vacuum, and then we can use that as the basic building block for one of these computers.
A couple of reasons that MSU has been so critical in bringing this to life. We were able to bring on a postdoc who is working on this technology at MSU. We were able to take advantage of all of the facilities and resources available at MSU.
What makes a strong company is the team, and so they have strong technical leadership and strong business leadership. It makes a very compelling startup story.
The way that they're approaching quantum computing using the CMOS architecture is truly novel.
EEROQ is going to make a global impact, and We're all very proud of you.
I know the kinds of companies that are out there that MSU faculty are involved in, and they're really amazing. So it really means a lot to me to receive this award.
The MSU Research Foundation was critical towards supporting EEROQ from becoming an academic spin-out to becoming a full-fledged company with now 15 people. They did so in two ways, in helping us learn how to take a technology that had been transferred from a university and raise venture capital from that. And second of all, as investors.
Congratulations on this award, and we're so excited for the work that's ahead for EEROQ.
The focus of my research, it really originates from the needs that we really need better energy storage solutions for us to have the batteries last longer, be lighter and safer and low costs.
She has become one of the major researchers in the mobility industry. Many of the automotive companies are looking to her for battery technologies.
I started the research on batteries since my undergrad study. And I started to realize that without the modern lithium-ion batteries, actually the portable electronics is just impossible, because the previous older version of batteries, they just don't have enough energy density to make them small enough and light enough so that we can use for portable electronics.
The benefits are huge. Everything from consumer electronics all the way to electric vehicles.
Business Connect has been help us to build the collaboration with General Motors and Ford a lot, and that really helped us to facilitate the research and launch the project much quicker and smoothly.
She is kind of a model for the university's mission across all three characteristics that the university does business. We are a research institution, and she's a phenomenal research faculty member. She has a teaching component to that as well. She has the economic development and service mission kind of embedded inside of her work as well.
Big part of my passion that we can train the next generation engineers that really set the standards really high, so that they are not only familiar with the material science in the lab, but also they know the real world problem and they can solve real world problem. That is the part that I'm most proud of, that the training I provide to my students. The award really gave me a lot of confidence, saying that I'm doing the right way, I'm on the right track to fulfill my dreams.
Really proud to congratulate you for this award. This is a fantastic achievement, and we look forward to continuing the relationship.
Pressure injuries don't sound like a real problem. They're deep penetrating wounds that get infected.
We started looking at different ways that people can sit in the chair and how the position of the chair can make a difference.
We've got an algorithm that cycles through this loading and unloading of different body regions. One body region is never always loaded.
And it does work automatically, so the chair itself is the caregiver for the patient.
The implementation of the SitSense technology would represent that difficult to achieve win-win-win between the hospital, the patient, and the nurses.
MSUT and Spartan Innovations have been very supportive.
Translational funding was critical to this.
Really impactful in terms of taking our chair from an idea to a point where we actually have a product.
The other key support are MIRs and EIRs, and these are seasoned entrepreneurs. MSU Innovation Center and Research Foundation, we bring these MIR to provide us with their feedback. I know that SitSense team is working with an MIR. The suggestions presented to the Innovator is to go through the customer discovery program.
We were talking to a wheelchair user. Halfway through the interview, turned to the person who connected us, and he was like, "Did you mention I had a pressure injury that almost killed me?" And he's like, "No, I had no idea."
Dr. Bush and Scott, you as part of their mission, how to create a better world for humanity.
We hit a pretty big milestone, is that our patent was issued in December. It's a team effort, and we all win with this award. In 10 years, I think we'd want to go nationwide. I just can't wait to see where this goes.
It is always exciting when I see a disclosure coming from your lab, so thank you so much for all the exciting ideas that you continue to disclose to our office. I want to congratulate you for the excellent work that you're doing.
GeoYield really aims at solving two critical problems. One is making sure farmers are profitable. The other piece is emissions, which contributes to increased climate variability, increasing temperatures, and overall under the umbrella of climate change. The technology is really based on two major tools: remote sensing, analysis of satellite imagery. The other piece of technology, which is a core piece of GeoYield, is crop simulation models, so process-based models. So when you put them together, you really can have a better understanding of economics and environment for the sustainability of farmers and community.
The mission of a land-grant university, one of the key things we're supposed to do, not only to educate the people, but also to engage with the community, to understand what their concerns and what their needs are, and to develop technologies to allow them then to solve real-world problems. That is exactly what Bruno has accomplished. He's taken his technology, he's engaged with the community, and he's heard about what the problems are, and he's developed this technology, then moved it out into the marketplace to make a difference in real people's lives.
It takes a proactive role from the Office of Innovation to make sure that they are aware that all these opportunities exist, and for the scientists to really leave that preconceived knowledge and not wanting to commercialize ideas, because in the end that's the best thing that can happen to a scientist, is to see the research applied and make a difference. So seeing this applied outside, it really means a lot, because it means it's helping someone.